Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of JoeScentMe. My name is Joe and I am your host for today. Today I want to do a fun comparison video. It's something that's been highly requested from my viewers. And so the thing that I want to compare is a well-known niche brand, Creed, and the fragrance is Silver Mountain Water. I want to compare a couple of fragrances that have been known to be clones of this Silver Mountain Water. One of them is Al Haramain's Lavender Blanche. The other one is Rassasi's Al Wism Day. Both of these have been known to be direct clones of Silver Mountain Water, and everyone is telling me you've got to compare all of them, and so I decided I'm going to do that. So I went ahead and purchased both of these here from Notino, and I will include a link down below, and you'll be able to also purchase these yourself for a really great price because Notino has such great deals. Check out the link down below, by the way, so you can see how affordable these are. This was 50 bucks. This was just under $40, and for about 90 bucks you could have two eau de parfum, by the way, fragrances. Now, let's talk about this comparison, because what I did was I wore each of these fragrances starting with Al Haramain, and then Rassasi, and then Silver Mountain Water. Now, I don't have a full bottle of Silver Mountain Water. What I did was I picked up a sample at the Creed boutique that I was at in the city when I was traveling. So I did pick up a sample because I knew I was gonna do this comparison video. By the way, you can also purchase Silver Mountain Water, and it's just under 170 bucks, so it's a killer deal on Notino, and you can have that too. I wanted to talk to you about my experience with these two brands that are getting a lot of hype lately because they just are creating these awesome fragrances that are just so affordable. So I want to compare these two brands to Silver Mountain Water and see how they stood up to the comparison. So first day I wore Al Haramain, and that's Lavender Blanche, by the way, and I'm going to include the links and everything down below so you'll know everything about them. And I'm also going to include the notes to these fragrances down below because I want you to be able to read and see the similarities here. So top notes are lavender, bergamot, rose, and lemon. The first thing I noticed was the bergamot and lemon popping through, but it actually didn't take long for the middle note to really come in through, and the blackcurrant is what's in the middle here, and that has been known to be sort of a fruity berry-like feel to it. It's very interesting how it feels, but it has this berry-like feel to it. So in the middle we have Orris, Jasmine, lily of the valley, and blackcurrant, and of course you really feel that blackcurrant fruit pop in the middle. Finally, in the dry down we have sandalwood and amber, so that gives it a nice mellow dry down. But I will say this fragrance is very fresh, and it dried down nice and dark actually. And without even trying Silver Mountain Water first, it's nice to know that I didn't have any preconceived notions about the fragrance. I just wanted to try them as if they were first time fragrances for me, and in fact these were. I mean, both of these were blind buys, so I didn't know what I was getting. I just knew I heard lots of great things about them. And for 50 bucks, hey, why not, right? So second day I wore this right here, which is Al Wism Day by Rassasi. Very similar smelling, but there are some slight differences in the notes. I have a friend who also has this fragrance, and she says that this fragrance is very rosy. And I didn't really get that much rose in this fragrance, but I guess it reacts differently to different people. So she got more rose, so she wasn't really into it. I didn't really get that much rose, but I did actually like this fragrance. Again, it had this nice pop to it. It didn't dry down as dark as the Al Haramain did, but it still dried down and lasted quite a while. In fact, I need to tell you right now, both of these fragrances are eau de parfum. Both of them have great longevity. They've lasted a long time. As far as the projection goes, they're somewhat of a projection beast at the very beginning because of the bright note. Both of these fragrances tend to stick to the skin and become more of a skin scent within the first hour. Yeah, Al Wism Day, let's talk about the notes in Al Wism Day. Bergamot, lavender, and geranium were on the top. So the bergamot and the lavender were the same things that were at the top of Al Haramain. So you did get some of that in there at the front end. It really was similar there. But this time, instead of rose being at the top, rose is actually in the middle. And there's no blackcurrant note. Instead, we have cedar, rose, sage, and sandalwood in the middle. So if sandalwood was at the bottom of the Al Haramain, this time sandalwood is in the middle. And how does it dry down? Well, now you have musk, moss, and amber. So musk, moss, and amber. So it did dry down more into a musky, ambery fragrance. It wasn't sweet, nor was it animalic. It just mellowed out nicely, but it wasn't as dark. I guess it wasn't as dark as the Al Haramain. And I preferred the dry down in Al Haramain more, actually. I actually liked Al Haramain just a little bit more than the Al Wism Day. So now we get to the actual fragrance which we are comparing this to. And it is Silver Mountain Water. So I had my sample of it, it's very tiny, and I put that on me, and I noticed again the similarity in the way that it sparked. And however, I will say that it didn't last that long on me. Silver Mountain Water just didn't last as long as I wanted it to last on me. In fact, I kept going down in my shirt, going like this to see, am I smelling anything? What's going on? So let's talk about Silver Mountain Water and the notes real quick here. Bergamot, mandarin, and neroli. Now, mandarin and neroli did not make at all a visit in any of the other fragrances. However, they found a way with the lemon in the Al Haramain to kind of give it that citric pop that this one has. Green tea, blackcurrant bud in this one, sandalwood and musk in the dry down. So we have the sandalwood, we have the musk, which is similar to the rasasi, and we have the blackcurrant in the middle, so that's back again. But the thing that I didn't even know was this green tea. The green tea doesn't appear at all in any of the other fragrances, and it's so subtle that you really don't notice it. I don't think green tea really has that much of a smell, and if it's there, it's super subtle. This fragrance, like I said, to me, didn't project like a beast. It actually was very quick on the top, but it immediately goes into the middle, and it sits very close to the skin, and I again had to sniff down my shirt to actually know that I'm wearing it. I probably had olfactory fatigue. That's probably what happened, because I had 3 days of similar scents. All the people around me said they could smell it, so must mean something. I want to leave you with the conclusion here. The conclusion is that all three of these fragrances are slightly different, although had very similar openings, had a similar feel to it, had a similar freshness to it. And you have to ask yourself, okay, if these are so similar to Silver Mountain Water, why should I spend $170 or more on a Silver Mountain Water bottle? Well, I have to say, if you're a fan of Creed like I am, you're just gonna hands down buy it anyway, regardless of these clones, regardless of what's out there that smells similar. If you're a fan of Creed, you're just gonna buy it. And hey, the pricing on Notino's website is so good, you should get all three of them, for goodness sakes, and make your own comparison. In fact, that's what I plan on doing, because these two here, although they're fantastic, are gonna be sort of like my backup bottles. And the analogy that I'd like to make is sort of like in the instrument world. Like if you're a gigging musician, you're gonna leave your fancy guitar at home and take your two lesser expensive guitars out on the road with you, because you want your good stuff to be there. And if you're a collector, hey, you're gonna have both kinds. You're gonna have the expensive bottle along with the lesser expensive bottles. And you know what the best part about all this is every one of these is eau de parfum. Every one of these is excellent smelling. And so I have no problem with this. And honestly, I feel like these are all pretty great. But definitely, if you wanna check out these fragrances for yourself, by all means, log into Notino down below, check them out. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you already have any of these, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hey, and you know what? That's the video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I have my information down below. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button above so that you can continue to receive wonderful videos like this. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.